Hello everyone, Emerald Ghost here. I realized I forgot to actually say my name in the last episode. I'm taking the Josh Jepson introduction one step further. Rather than being self-aware and saying that you already know what my name is, I'm simply not going to say it at all. But yeah, my username, by the way, is I'm sure anyone who's played this game knows that my username is inspired by this game. You know, there are spoiler, there are emeralds in this game and there are ghosts in this game, so it seemed appropriate. However, now in the last episode we didn't really do anything super exciting. It was kind of boring. However, we go up here and there are gold coins, as you can see on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. There are three primary types of currency. There are more than three. There are special types of currency, which I kind of just spoiled. But cobwebs, there's really no point to taking cobwebs down other than just OCD, which I have actually been diagnosed with OCD, so I don't know if that's getting a bit too personal on the second episode, but whatever. The store is still locked, but now we can come in here and this is the first real challenge of the game, the parlor. What we have to do is, there are purple candles over there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get all the gold first so that we can do this unhampered. Oh, there's a heart. I probably should have saved that. It's okay. You really, I don't know, one heart like that, like, you're not going to be left with that with health. I was going to say you're really not going to die in this game, and for the most part that's true. You're not really in a whole lot of danger. They are generous with your health. There are some ghosts that can be genuinely threatening, but those are few and far between. And I meant to miss. I meant to aim that down. Oh yeah, one thing I actually never mentioned in the first episode, I actually hold the GameCube controller rotated 180 degrees so that all of my controls are inverted. Like, when, up is down, left is right, and all of that. So yeah, I mean, I say I hold the controller upside down, but that could mean, like, you hold it where the buttons are facing the floor, whereas the buttons are still facing the ceiling. It's just rotated 180 degrees, which I did that ever since I was a kid. I first did it with the N64 controller, and then I did it with the GameCube controller, and that was the last system I did it with, because you can't really do that on the Wii, and you obviously can't do that on any handhelds. So for Wii, Wii U, Switch, and all handhelds, I hold the controller the right way. It's just GameCube and N64. I hold the controller inverted. And anyway, what you're supposed to be doing is putting out these candles. Who put out my candles? You, Mr. Lime Green? Well, dark rooms are dangerous around here. What the fuck was that voice? Yes, they love the dark, and now they will get you, blue hat. Now you're in for it, blah. Just like little red cat before you. May you wander lost in the darkness forever. Are you afraid of the dark, little man? Are you? Here they are now. I don't know what my attempt at goofy voice acting was. But yeah, as you can see, I don't... Actually, you didn't see because I didn't let them. I'll let them try and get off in a swing. Yeah, they do punch, which they do not do in the training room. And, ouch. It wasn't even a punch, I just walked into them. So yeah, you walk into them for 5 damage. I forget how much punches do. But yes, these are gold ghosts. As I said before in episode 1, these are the weakest ghosts in the game. The second weakest will be in the next room. Which, hang on, what's in here? Gold bar. Our first gold bar in the game. I really like the gold bar aesthetic. Like, even in real life, gold bars are just they look really nice to me. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm like actually secretly a super greedy person, but I like shiny things. I'm sorry. I'm Tamatoa. I guess I already stole that from Shafralas, but whatever. Actually, I actually do know all of the lyrics to Shiny, though. I am going to shamelessly brag about that. I'm going to leave that cobweb. I'm going to not give in to the compulsion to remove to clean things. But anyway, I'm not gonna... You can skip the animation for opening the doors, but I don't like doing that. I prefer to let cutscenes play out in this game as well as most others. But anyway, the Anteater Room. My very first Versus reference. I'm sure there will be plenty more of those. We have more gold ghosts, and I believe the next ghost type is right here now. Yep. Here we have purple punchers. They are very obviously pink, and in Europe they are known as pink punchers. However, in the US they are known as purple punchers, despite being very obviously pink. Then again, gold ghosts are orange, not gold. But gold and orange are... You know, it's much more forgivable to call something orange gold than it is to call something pink purple. And again, I guess pink and purple are somewhat close, and you know it's acceptable to refer to them as purple punchers. I honestly just sound-wise, I like the way purple puncher sounds better than pink puncher anyway. You know, purple puncher just kind of rolls off the tongue a bit better. Yep, that's all for right here. I feel like I'm getting into the hang of commentating a bit better. I'm already feeling a bit better than I was in episode 1. In episode 1, I was definitely a bit nervous. I don't know how much it showed, but I'm just feeling a bit more laid back right now. You know, I was a bit anxious during episode 1, so I wasn't really that relaxed. Whereas now I feel like I'm a bit more relaxed. And again, I want to stop talking about it because a lot of the time, what I find is when I like ponder my state of mind, it inevitably like gets worse. Like if I say, oh yeah, I'm totally relaxed, and if I think too much about being relaxed, I stop being relaxed. So I'm gonna stop with that. And here we have our introduction to garbage can ghosts, which aren't really much of a threat, but they do have 40 HP, so they can be a bit challenging, and they do drop banana peels on you or next to you, so you have to be careful with those. Excuse me, how did I slip on that? I didn't think I was close to it. No, I guess I was. I wasn't really paying much attention. But yeah, you can accidentally... Oh, okay, that's how I forgot. You can suck them up like that, which... I'm waiting for the gold ghost, because I would rather be handling a gold ghost while avoiding a garbage can ghost, because they don't attack you directly. Whereas this guy... You know, this guy, I'd much rather not try and have to avoid punches from a gold ghost. Okay, that was actually really close. Voice crack there. And I tried to lean away from the mic that time because my cough, I realized that was super loud in the last episode. But anyway, you're probably wondering why haven't the lights gone on yet? And that's because there are 2 more ghosts in this room, and they are in these chests. However, this one is the only one you need to complete the room, I suppose. This one is actually a bonus ghost we haven't seen yet, and he is called a Speedy Spirit. And what he is he has the same HP as a gold ghost. He looks like a gold ghost. He sounds like a gold ghost, but he is not gold, and therefore he is not a gold ghost. He is a Speedy Spirit, and he will give you money. However, if you hit him with your flashlight and he disappears, he does not reappear. So you have to be careful. You have 1 shot. You only get 1 shot to not miss your chance to blow. You're technically sucking him, but blow, I guess, you're literally doing the opposite of that. But anyway, yep, here is just 1 more gold ghost, and now the lights have come on. And we have 1 more key, and how long have I been going for? I've been going for, not even 10 minutes. We are fine. I can probably complete Area 1. There are 4 areas in the game, and you're probably thinking, if I can complete Area 1 now, in this episode, and there are 4 areas in the game, then this is going to be a really short Let's Play, but no, each area does get longer and longer. Areas 3 and 4 are probably like 3/4 of the game, and, you know, of the remaining quarter, Area 2 is probably 3/4 of that. So that would make Area 1 like 1/8 of the game, maybe? Not even, honestly. I don't know if I would even call this a 10th of the game. Area 1 is just really short. Anyway, we have our second Toad buddy here. Wah! Mario, where are you? Wah! Huh? Luigi? Yes, Luigi! How lucky that you found me! I feel so much better now! I should try really not be like yelling. It's hard for me to do the Toad voice quietly, but there are people sleeping, so I'm trying to not be too loud. Please, 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 Sam Mario, I looked everywhere. I can't find him. Where is he? That's a really bad Toad voice, actually.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a voice actor. I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, that was all Toad's good for, and we could use the mirror to warp back, but honestly, I think that actually would technically be faster, even if just by a little bit, rather than walking into the other rooms. Actually, I don't know, because the cutscene is pretty long. Like, you know, if the cutscene happened instantaneously, it'd be faster, but anyway. We are getting an incoming call from Professor Gadd. Hold up a second, Luigi. It's me, Professor Gadd. I detect spirits stronger than we've yet seen lurking ahead. I think it must be some of those escaped gallery ghosts. You should know that they're really different from the other ghosts you've seen so far. They don't show their hearts very easily. Nope, not at all. When you find one, you should first use the X button to search its heart for clues. Sometimes you can learn the best way to surprise them. Well, Luigi, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. I don't know why, but like something about being in like a really spooky haunted environment while like having communication from the outside. Like Professor Egad, he's on the outside, you know? He's like we're talking to him yeah, while we're in the mansion, but he's not. We like get outside info and stuff. I don't know, that sort of thing. What would you call that? Like just that sort of thing occurring is just really neat to me cuz like you know, we got outside stuff. We got outside help. We're not really that alone, which I know. I guess maybe you could argue that having a more isolated feeling would improve this game's atmosphere, but personally, like I said, I like the dynamic of having allies. You know, having allies in a spooky setting to me is I prefer that atmosphere to being alone in a spooky setting. Both are great though. I'm a sucker for a spooky atmosphere, which is why I really do like this game. You know, which I really don't play horror games a whole lot, but I like the atmosphere of horror games. It's just that I don't really like the gameplay that much. It's the thing is, a lot of horror games rely on making the player feel helpless in that you really can't do a whole lot. And I don't know, that gameplay is sort of not fun for me. I guess it can enhance the atmosphere, but you know, I prefer something like Doom where it's like the atmosphere is really unnerving, but at the same time you're armed to the teeth, so like you can still defend yourself. You know, that sort of combination, and like similar thing happening in this game, where like you know you've got the tools to work, you know, to defend yourself, and like the gameplay is really fun, but you know, the atmosphere doesn't suffer from you being able to defend yourself like this. And as you can see, the coins led up to this door. However, if you check the map, you will see this door is not actually on the map, and that is because this door is actually a fake, which you will lose health and coins, which you can't get the coins back, which is a shame, so I would recommend not doing that. I'm Let's Playing, I did it for demonstration purposes, but that's not something I normally do. And I might not actually finish this area in this episode. I'm not sure. I might actually stop right before the boss. I feel like that'd be a nice thing to do. But anyway, yeah, there are books being flung at you, and hold on, is there something here that I'm thinking of? Yeah, here it is. We have our first cheese, which opens our first gold mouse, which, shit. They will also, okay. And hey, we have one half of my namesake, and there's the other half of my namesake. Our first emerald in the game, which, I'm not sure how, there are, it's thundering outside again. There are multiple gems in this game. I don't think that, I'm not sure what counts as a spoiler, like what's safe to talk about, but no, there are emeralds in this game, and there are also rubies and sapphires. I forget what's worth more. They might be, I don't think they're worth the same, are they? I don't know. But anyway, if we check his heart right here, this is the main function of the camera besides the mirrors. Ho 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 ho, go ahead, try to find me. I can see you, but you cannot see me. Ho 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 ho. Um, what you have to do is you have to turn around, because he disappears every time you point your flashlight at him. And then, fuck. Okay, that's fine. I'll explain the ranking system, because you are ranked on how well you do with Portrait Ghost. I'll explain that afterwards. As you can see, he drops pearls. Every time you do 10 HP in one suction, he drops a small pearl. If you do 50 HP in one suction, he drops a medium pearl. And if you do 90 HP in one suction, he drops a large pearl. And if you get a small pearl, if you only get small pearls, you get a bronze ranking. If you only get medium and small pearls, you get a silver ranking. And if you get a large pearl, you'll get a gold ranking. And that does actually affect the portrait that you get in the gallery. You know, the gold ones are supposed to be higher quality, which there are actually exceptions where I personally find like the bronze or silver one more aesthetic. But I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to show all of them off in this Let's Play because we'll only see one of each portrait ghost, like gold, silver, bronze. Because obviously, you only fight them once. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this an episode right before the Area 1 boss, you know, build up a bit of tension and whatnot. But there are multiple books here. There's a book of riddles. Will you read it? Yes. Mysteries appear wherever people turn, but turning away from them solves nothing. Instead of turning away, turn to the side and look at the mystery from a different view. A way will surely open. You found Neville's Big Baby Care Diary. Will you read it? Yes. My third son is still a baby. Oddly enough, he seems to scare people in ways the other two never did. The twins now. They're afraid of fire, water, cold, and wind. Why they shake with fright when beset by the elements. Is that true? I don't know if that's true actually. Um, you'll see what I mean later. Sometimes I think they're more childlike than the baby. There is a book called Darkness is Their Cheese. That title is hilarious to me for some reason. Well, I shouldn't say for some reason. I mean, it's Darkness is Their Cheese. It's an absurd title, obviously. I have a very absurd sense of humor, so it's going to be hilarious to me. Will you read it? Yes. Oh, I thought I could guess. Ghost mice are drawn to darkness, as real mice are drawn to cheese. In the dark, they shine gold with contentment. I must try to get close to one before the lights come back on. See Parmesan. You found the Book of Pericles. Pericles, right? That wouldn't be Pericles. I remember when I was young, I always thought it was Pericles, but Pericles, that's Greek, right? And it sounds Greek. It's all Greek to me. Will you read it? Yes. Yes. There are spirits known as elemental ghosts. They live in the elements of fire, water, and ice. I don't think that's... I don't think fire, water, and ice are... I'm not even gonna... Water and ice are the same element, so... that make up much of our world, I guess, technically, but again, two of them are the same element. To handle these elements, one must first obtain an element medal. Perhaps the elemental ghosts are only visible to the bearer of such a medal. You found Gadd's Guide to Ghosts. Will you read it? Yes. Dear readers, we've all had trouble with ghosts who aren't easily surprised, right? They have all sorts of ways to protect themselves from light. What would you do, bright folks, when in a fix with one of these stubborn ghouls? Well, sir, I'd first look for an opening, a way to catch them off guard and unsettle them. When a ghost is surprised and shows you its heart, that's your chance to catch the little bugger. I tell you, I've caught dozens of ghosts just like this. You found Lydia's childcare diary. Will you read it? Yes. The twins are very shy for ghosts of their age. They've even gone and hid the key to their room far away in the mansion. How very trying. They got mad at me the other day for twirling their little toy helicopter mobile. Ghost children today. Who knows what they're thinking? And here we have another key. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I have a bad habit of like having half-formulated thoughts in my head that aren't like even complete thoughts, but I go ahead and try and say them anyway, and then I just stopped talking because I realized that I wasn't actually going anywhere. But anyway, these twins they were speaking of are actually in here, which I do think minor spoilers are appropriate in order to build tension sometimes. Like, yeah, the twins that we just read about are in here. I feel like that sparks interest, but it doesn't really give away any plot point. Not this game really has any plot to give away, but like, I wouldn't say like details. I'll go, oh yeah, this is how you defeat the twins. This is what the twins do. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that these mysterious twins that we have heard about are in that room. That's all I'm saying. And anyway, our next room is in here because that other door to the right of this was actually a fake. And no, I was considering doing the boss and finishing Area 1 now, but I think I'll do that in the beginning of the next episode and then go into Area 2 then. Now we are in the master bedroom, which there are things we can get here, but first what we want to do is check out our ghost's weakness, which isn't my hair just gorgeous? Of course, I do spend a lot of time on it. I was so bored cooped up in that painting. Now I spend all my time in front of the mirror. It seems to scare people though, so everything is coming up roses. Yeah, there's really not much of a hint. Then again, the last ghost, Neville didn't give much of a hint either. This is Lydia, by the way. I don't think... Yeah, that's right. You actually don't find out the ghosts' names until after you defeat them, so I should really be saying the ghosts' names as I'm fighting them. But what you're supposed to do is you come in here, and you will see Toad in the balcony, by the way. We were just out there. Oh dear, it's such a draft. And... oh, I messed up. You're supposed to get her before she gets up. So her heart shows right here, and now we go for the suck and avoid the poison mushroom. As you saw last time, I neglected to mention it. If that hits you, you'll be majorly fucked because it'll shrink you and also break your barrier, so it can fuck you out of getting the gold. That's really the only threat to getting is gold. Portrait ghosts, for the most part, are not that strong, and you should easily be able to get them in one shot.
Oh yeah.
And we got gold coins and bills. And right here, hang on, pick up the key first. And anyway, what I was trying to do, you have to stay in the middle, so I was trying to avoid the key just to do this first. I don't know why. But you just hold this, it'll go faster and faster and faster, and then you will get more bills. I was going to say there's nothing in this plant, but that's not technically true. There's just nothing we can get now. We can actually get money. We can get treasure. I'll use the word treasure. I like the word treasure. Treasure sounds nice. It has a nice connotation to it. You know, money is just kind of bland. Treasure sounds much more special. But anyway, there is treasure in plants. We are just currently unable to access it. However, I will call this an episode shortly. We'll walk out here, and you can hear... Could this possibly be the baby that was being referred to in the book? You know, didn't the book say something about the baby scaring people? I forget. Anyway, this episode has actually been longer than the last time, and the last episode actually cut off, like, before I stopped recording. So I'm gonna let the recording go this time in case it happens again, where I'll just, like, stand for 30 seconds in silence. So I apologize if that doesn't. I suppose I could always cut that out. I'm not entirely familiar with how to use my capture card fully yet. But anyway, as you heard the baby in that room, we will have to go in that room next time, because that room does contain the Area 1 boss. So, in the next episode, we will be finishing Area 1 and continuing on to Area 2. Have a nice... apparently I don't know how to do outros either. Have a nice day, y'all. Ciao.